What's going on, everybody? Average Arcader here, and I have something special today. I am joined today by some of the awesome people over from Orville Studios, the creators of this awesome new add-on and game that you can go download right now if you'd like, Angry Birds. Why don't you guys introduce you guys selves? Why don't we start with Toxic Bug?
Hi, I'm Liam. I'm project manager and audio director at Orville. Hello.
How you doing? Thank you for joining. And next up we have Lucas.
Yeah, I'm Lucas. I'm a senior gameplay dev here at Orville, and I'm also responsible for a lot of the UI stuff that you're seeing here. Yeah, that's me.
Again, also thank you for joining. And then Vox.
Hello, my name is Vok, and I'm a senior artist at Orville.
Again, thank you guys again all for coming. I know you guys have busy schedules and probably got a lot of work for you. So let's go ahead and get into the questions. I'm gonna ask them a couple questions about the games and themselves, just a little bit, and then we're also gonna play a little bit of gameplay to show you guys some of the cool things. If by some strange happenstance you haven't had a chance to play it yet. All right, so, and you guys can choose however who wants to answer, or if you guys all want to answer these questions. Some of them will be focused at all of you. But mainly, what was the big inspiration for doing this?
Right, the big inspiration for doing this. What we really wanted to do with Angry Birds was we saw an opportunity to kind of take inspiration from all the different forms that Angry Birds has taken and kind of put them all in one place. So there's kind of influences from the movies, from the original game, Angry Birds 2, a little bit of Angry Birds Go, Angry Birds Epic, kind of just taking this whole big community of ideas about Angry Birds and just bring them all into one place and making them look like Minecraft.
Okay, nice. Now, when it came to deciding what type of gameplay it was going to be, we have a mixture of the original puzzles in there with, you know, the classic version with the slingshot. What made you guys choose to have like a kind of, I want to say RPG style fighter, first person fighter and or third person fighter? What gave you guys the inspiration to do that?
Right. So what kind of brought us to that decision was we kind of looked at, like, obviously you've got the classic gameplay with the slingshot, all of that. When we were sort of originally developing this, we had no idea if bringing that slingshot and that gameplay into the game was actually going to work at all. So, you know, we wanted to focus mainly on gameplay that we knew was going to work in the game and this kind of RPG format. It's also something that's never been done with Angry Birds before, so that was quite exciting. And then, so the plan was to kind of have that, and then we could also bring in some of that slingshot gameplay.
Nice. Now, as we look around this wonderful hub and the different worlds, like I know in my Let's Play, one of the things that got our attention was how the trees have the leaves falling and many of the other atmospheres, ambient style stuff like that. How did you guys manage to do that? Because I haven't seen at that level type of, you know, graphic design in one of these games in Minecraft with the Minecraft engine.
Yeah, Buck, do you want to talk a little bit about the visual design?
Yeah, sure. Well, I guess most of these were just blocks, so we did have a level design with them, and I think we've managed to use like custom blocks to their fullest extent. So just like making a bunch of different plants and foliage and placing them really brought the game to life, in my opinion. And there's like a lot of particle work, as you mentioned that some of the leaves falling down, those are like also custom particles that we've made. And all that like together add to the ambience of the game. And we've tried to kind of stay true to the Angry Birds aesthetic as well, so no stray far from it, but just still kind of keep close to that aesthetic and try to represent it as best as possible.
Okay. Now, sometimes people can answer this question, sometimes they can't. How long did it guys take you to create this world?
We can't go into specifics about scheduling things.
Yeah.
But more than a month, less than a year, shall we say?
Okay. Understandable. Sometimes I can't answer that question at all, and I get it. So I guess my biggest question: what was your favorite part? All of you. What was your favorite part of working on this?
All right, well, I think we're all going to have a different answer.
Yeah.
Lucas, do you want to go first?
Yeah, this is something I haven't really seen in really any marketplace maps, at least really to the extent that we use it. But we added a lot of custom UI. Even when you first join, you got like the performance selector, or when you're launching into games, you've got like the classic mode UI that pops up, the mission select UI that pops up that you can actually click. That was something that I really enjoyed working on, and I think is something unique that a lot of partners don't really do a whole lot. And I think we,
Yeah, I think I can agree. Oh, sorry.
You go.
Yeah. I think I can agree with Lucas there as well. I think I've had as much fun drawing actually the illustrations for the UI as much as probably he had fun implementing all that. And like I think my favorite out of all of them just turned out to be the mission illustrations. Like when you open up the mission select, all the like 4 illustrations you see, they've all been like custom drawn and inspired by the missions as well, which is I think turned out pretty cool.
Yeah, it's very slick. It's probably my favorite too.
Yeah, it kind of leads on to mine, which is just, for me, it's just having the people available at Orville, where literally any idea you have someone who can kind of bring that into fruition. Like there's no blocker like, oh, we've got the art, but we don't really have someone who understands how to implement that correctly, or we have the person to implement it, but we don't have a talented enough artist. Orville, we have all of the parts to put everything together in this kind of really highly polished package, which is really great to see.
Oh yeah, I definitely love the polish that Orville Studio puts on their maps. That's something I say a lot. This may be the first time I've had you guys on the channel, but I've covered a lot of your creations, and I've always loved them because of that amount of polish. You can always tell a game is an Orville game just from that alone. So here's the next biggest question. Who is your favorite bird?
Wow,
That's
I'm
a tough one.
I think it's got to be Bomb for me. Like there's just something about the guy, the design where he's just basically just a square down to his personality, like, and also he's got my favorite ability.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I'd say design-wise, probably Terrence. I just love like how big and chunky he is. But in terms of like abilities and the gameplay, I just love Stella. How she can just create bubbles and trap the pigs inside them. Just like so fun to use.
Yeah, I love Red's design. How we've made it. When they're not in classic mode, like right now, I love Red's design. But I think gameplay-wise, Matilda, I think, has the best ability, because I just love, especially in third person, launching her egg from her butt. And also,
Yeah.
it's a ranged attack, so you don't have to be up and close. So,
There's a lot of internal discussions on how to do that butt shot. In a way
but we
that was
decided
not
to.
seen.
Yeah, decided to keep it true to the game, the classic games as well.
I bet that was hard, because I bet there was a lot more that you wanted to add, but you were sticking around. You wanted to make sure to stick still within that, close to the original game style, engine mechanics, right?
Well, I think we had a fair amount of leeway. I think we've managed to kind of push the envelope of what Angry Birds can be, while at the same time still keeping it within what Angry Birds is, right?
Oh yeah.
We don't
Yeah,
want
we
to
did
push
take
too
a lot
far. Yeah.
What was that?
Yeah, we took a lot of inspiration, but it's just like we tried to still kind of fit their abilities into what we thought would work best for the gameplay. So like kind of just striking that balance between like taking inspiration and like taking the original abilities that they had in classic games and like some inspiration from the movie itself, and just kind of like adapting and adding on top of that for the game.
So, what would you say was the biggest challenge building this?
Ooh, that is a good question.
Yeah.
I think, Lucas, you might agree the slingshot.
Yes,
Oh,
absolutely.
Yeah.
So the slingshot was
That
definitely
took a
the
lot of-
hardest.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of rebalancing to just get it to work right how we wanted it, and to also be playable on all platforms.
Yeah.
What?
I think Slingshot and Classic mode was probably the two biggest things that were the most difficult to try and implement, because Minecraft is a traditional block game with kind of interesting physics. You have floating trees if you knock down the bottom piece of wood, which doesn't happen in like a physics-based game like Angry Birds. So trying to get those two things to mix well in classic mode was definitely a challenge.
Yeah, I can see that. Looking back at it now, I could see that could be difficult for you. Because I was wondering while I was playing, and I haven't played through the full thing yet. My Let's Play is still going. But as we first played, I'm like, that was one of the things when we got to the slingshot. I didn't think it was going to work like that, because I'm like, well, Minecraft kind of doesn't work like that. But it actually worked
Right.
really well. I liked how it worked. I haven't played classic mode yet, but I did like going through the levels that we have gone through. I did like using it, and I thought it felt good.
Yeah, I think one
That's
of our
good.
biggest goals is just make people forget they're playing Minecraft. Like those expectations of kind of what Minecraft is and what Minecraft can be, and just completely shattering them into a million pieces.
And I like that a lot of studios are trying to do that more and more now. They're getting away from these simple add-ons. That's why I stopped calling them just add-ons anymore. I try to call games like this games, because I feel like that's what they are, standalone indie games that simply are made in the Minecraft engine.
They're certainly as much work as actual games at this point.
Definitely.
Yeah.
All right, so out of the levels, I haven't played all of them, but out of all the levels that we do have, which is your favorite?
Yeah, for me, I'd probably have to say, design-wise, Mission 2. But in terms of gameplay, I'd definitely say Mission 3. It's just like, Mission 3 is a lot of fun, a lot of small mini-games, and just the open-world nature of it is quite appealing.
Okay, I haven't got to Mission 3 yet, but I look forward to getting to it. What about you, Tim?
Yeah.
Mine is also definitely Mission 3, just because of the ending, boss fight. That's really the only reason. It's my favorite out of the entire game.
Yeah, you've got something to look forward to with that one. I have a special place in my heart for Mission 1, just because it was kind of the first mission that we put together. So it's really fun to see that mission all come together in its finished, polished state, and since it's been developed through the whole of production.
Yes, I get you. So, I really like the idea that all the levels are kind of open-ended, to where as you unlock characters, you go back through to access areas that you couldn't access before. It kind of gives the levels more utility. Like, was that part of the original plan, or is that something that came in later?
That was part of the original plan, yeah. You may have noticed we have loading screens,
Yes.
which are not purely aesthetic, even though they do look very cool. So one of the goals for this was, fully resettable levels. So you finish a level, loading screen takes you back to the hub. You can replay that level without needing to delete your world and reinstall a new world and play through it all again.
And we definitely wanted to people to replay the levels as well, because we wanted to add a little bit of like secret paths and some places where you'd have to first unlock a character and then revisit it later, because we wanted that experience where the player would see something and then just remember it later when they've like reached a certain milestone. And that kind of thing is also what I personally like as well in games, which is just kind of keeping those secrets around and just in general like the exploration factor of it.
Right on, right on. Now, was there a feature that you wanted to be in the game but didn't make it?
Yes. Interesting, it is actually in the game, but I think you may have noticed there's a difference between the slingshot game in the missions mode and the slingshot game in the classic mode. So we did want to bring that, like, you know, collapsible structures and all of that stuff into mission mode, but we kind of just run into a performance bottleneck with doing that, and it worked better just kind of putting it into its own thing. We knew we could make it run really well, play really well, and keep it as its own separate kind of slice of gameplay.
That's really the issue with trying to support multiple platforms on the marketplace, is that you have a wide range of devices, you know, low end to high end, that you need to support, which is very difficult if you want to do a game like Angry Birds in Minecraft, because then, especially on the lower end, you know, if we decided to go down that route of adding classic mode, destructible props into mission mode, I think those missions would be pretty unplayable on those devices. So it's just something that we need to consider when doing maps like these for lower end devices, which it is what it is, unfortunately.
Yeah, a lot of the bigger developers, partners for the program, for Marketplace do that. They run into that issue all the time. I think that is the most common answer that I get when it comes to mission features. We wanted to add this, but because of the fact that we have to account for the weaker platforms, it kind of, you know, runs out. We run out of, you know, performance. So that's understandable, but I mean, I still think you guys still managed to add a great bit of fun to this, even for those lower platforms. Now, you talked about this beautiful hub that we have, which did get my attention when I first started playing. You are 100% right. I don't think there is a hub type setup like this in any of the other partner things. They all have their own unique design, but I just love how the character is down there, whatever character you have unlocked, right there, right next to the health bar. I think that was a really good idea to even have them animated like that. How hard was that putting together?
It took a while to get that, you know, completely right. It went through quite a few design iterations from Buck over here, and I think the final design we chose was pretty well done, in my opinion.
Yeah, if I remember right, I think we had 6 or 7 different designs.
Yeah, we definitely explored a lot of options because we wanted something that, again, felt like an actual game, right? So we explored like options how to make the UI just stand out by itself, and that did take a bit of iteration to get to this point.
Okay, yeah, good. Well, I'm happy you guys did that, because it definitely is one of the things that kind of pops out about this game. It definitely pops out, definitely gets your attention, and it's really fun to, you know, explore it. Now, whose idea was it for the hatchlings?
I think we knew pretty early on that we wanted hatchlings. I think it would be, see, the way we kind of work is very collaborative. We all kind of pitch in ideas, and then it's a brainstorming session. Ideas are bounced off different people, and then what we end up is the final idea. So it can be difficult to kind of pinpoint the exact person who first said the word, you know, hatchling. So it's kind of a group thing to decide.
Well, it's a very nice idea. Like I said, I have played. That's something that's unique to this game, right? Hatchlings don't appear in any of the other Angry Birds games, do they?
They actually do in the second game.
The second game? Okay. I wasn't sure. I haven't played Angry Birds in a long time. But I used to play 1 and a lot. I think I played the Star Wars one a lot. But I hadn't played it, so I wasn't sure if Hatchlings was something that was unique to this game or not.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say definitely in the way we've decided to do them, I'd say that's unique in that sense. But they've existed in the second Angry Birds game as hatchlings you can also collect and feed.
Very nice. Okay, so do we want to try to go into a level for a little bit?
Yeah,
Yeah, sounds good.
absolutely.
That works.
Let's see. I played through all of the first one. Did we want to try to maybe go through the second one?
Yeah.
That depends if we've got the mission unlocked, because this is a new world, so we might
yeah.
have to do mission 1.
Okay,
I
no
can go
problem.
ahead and I can actually unlock it here.
I bet you guys had a fun time coming up with all the different names for these different areas, right?
Absolutely. I mean, all of the names sort of developed over time. For a long time, it was just mission 1, mission 2, mission 3, mission 4. But it is great to have named missions, I think, rather than just numbers. Gives it a bit more personality.
Yep. Really enjoy how the level design was designed around specific character uses, so it encourages you to switch characters.
Yeah, that was actually like one of the core aspects of the game is, we wanted to encourage you to use as many different characters as possible.
Yeah. And also to revisit missions with new characters that you unlock later.
Now, the different attacks for the different pigs, those were also quite interesting.
Very Angry Birds, yeah.
Yes, very much. I think the one that caught me off guard was the snot being thrown at me.
Yeah, I think that's definitely one of my favorite pigs, design-wise and how the mechanics as well.
That's actually a good thing for each of you. Since you showed your favorite design of pig, which are your others? What's your favorite pig designs?
You've not seen Mission 3, but
You go ahead and break it down to me.
There's a particular pig on there that's wearing a little scout outfit, and he's incredibly adorable. When you get to Mission 3, you'll see him, and you'll agree that he is the best pig. Ooh, either that pig or the puffer jacket pig in Mission 1, actually. I like the cute ones.
Yeah.
The animation. I still love every time when you're fighting them that the final sound they make when they pop.
Yeah.
I fell.
Me too. It's okay, I've only played it 50 times. I think I'm consistently the worst at using the slingshot. Buck's got me like. He's challenging my position as the worst slingshot user in the world, but I think I still hold strong.
I like to say that I'm the best at it.
Oh, well, you know, the guy who designed mechanics is the best at using them. I swear you built in cheat codes.
Yeah. It's just only me when I get on that slingshot, every pig just pops immediately.
So what would be your least favorite pig?
Fart pig.
Fart.
He was a lot of fun to work on, but he always kills me.
Yeah,
I think
that.
that or the ice pig.
That is
Ice
also
pig
a
can-
strong
Ice
choice.
pig can be pretty difficult.
Personally, I love a pig.
Yeah, I was
They
just
are
about to say that
difficult.
too. Personally, I actually
Yeah, they're
love
like-
the ice pig design.
The design is great.
Quite a challenge. Even the attacks, I don't know. I find them very fun to play, especially in Mission 1. When they ambush you, it's just like a fun part of the gameplay.
I think this is still one of my favorite cutscenes.
I'm still trying to decide whether or not the intro or ending cutscene is my favorite, because both of them are so wonderfully well done.
I think the best moment is in the outro cutscene, if you know the one I mean.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
So who did the voice acting for the pig?
So those are from Angry Birds 2.
Oh, gotcha.
And little bits and bobs are like kind of added in. We didn't have the asset we needed.
I figured you might have just got that from the games, but I like to ask, 'cause sometimes it is custom.
Yeah, it's kind of a mix. We like to use as much as you know we can from the actual games, but it is a very different game than Angry Birds 2.
So were there any challenges in making this a co-op game?
Yes.
Oh, absolutely.
Every single thing that you possibly think of to do with the game becomes as many times more difficult as there are players. So if you have 2 players, it's now twice as complicated, and if you have 8 players, it's now 8 times as complicated. Even down to things like we have a ambient system for sound design.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
if you add more people to that, it generated additional ambiences. So you'd have kind of 8 times the amount of junk falling down in the background of the junkyard than you were supposed to have. So we had to come up with a very complicated system to handle what happens when you have 8, or even like on Realms, I think you can have up to 10 players.
Mm-hmm.
So without Realms, you said 8?
Yes, yeah.
What would you recommend, like the best number of people to play it with? Like 4, 8?
I think 3 or 4, like, I think we found was really fun to play with.
Yeah, very enjoyable.
I mean, we've really tried to kind of balance the game and make it so, you know, it's not grueling to play as one person, but it's not like just no fun to play with 8 people. But yeah, I'd say 3 or 4.
said, I had fun. It was when me and Magical Berry played. It was really fun just having two. But at the same time, I was thinking, I'm like, how would this be by myself? I said, I don't think it would be too bad.
I think most games are more fun with more people.
Yeah.
Sure. It's also quite fun when you play with more people to see all the different characters being used and like all the different abilities going off the time as everyone's fighting the pigs.
Yeah, I think having like one person play as Stella and then bubbles up a bunch of pigs, and then someone plays as Matilda and shoots them. Like you can really kind of chain abilities together in a really fun and interesting way.
Uh-oh, did we lose somebody? Uh-oh. Are we losing people in chat?
Yeah.
Sorry about that, guys. Connection issues. But we're back. So where were we at when I got disconnected? And within our conversation.
Yeah. Oh, I thought you were asking in the map.
No. I know you guys are way further than where we were.
I think if I grab this and put it on the truck, it'll TP us all back.
I'll get there, but you got there first.
Back here. Yeah.
How's your driving?
Okay. I have not seen this part.
It's a lot of fun.
I think it's especially good for the players who kind of struggle with the smaller pigs, and then they get to ride in this and just one hit them with the punching.
Absolutely
gloves.
obliterate them.
Yeah.
So what are we up to now?
Fend the truck from the pigs.
Yeah. Wait on the timer.
Ah, gotcha. Now, me and Barry, we found a good number of Easter eggs that were hidden in the game. Which is your favorite Easter egg?
I'd say definitely this one here. The Invis spray. I think that you can click it then.
Say that again, that last part I couldn't hear.
Yeah, you can click it and see what happens.
Oh, cool.
It'll actually make you untargetable by the pigs as well.
Now,
So it's
that's
little,
a
like,
that's a
pro
SpongeBob
strat.
reference, right?
No, it's from the second Angry Birds game.
Yeah.
Yeah, they go on a big like submarine laboratory thing, and they're kind of showing off all of these different inventions. So I wanted to bring a little bit of that in. I'm driving.
Okay.
They're so fast, I'm Terrence. I can't walk that fast.
You mean what?
Yeah.
Ah, there's my best boy.
So do you hang on one second, let's go ahead and get this started. I'm guessing this is gonna be a boss fight, right?
It's not a boss fight, but it's one of the bigger fights in the game. Yeah, definitely recommend bringing the truck.
Oh yeah.
I still can't get over that fart, pig.
Was the one with the key there.
I think the car is a little too satisfying.
I was gonna say, I think you're just having fun now.
Yes, I am. So now I need to actually go when I get a chance and try the classic mode, because I have not tried that yet.
You've not tried classic mode yet?
I have not tried classic mode yet.
It's a treat. I think Lucas, you'll agree that's the best gameplay in the game. I think the way that turned out.
So, yeah.
My next Let's
turned out
Play,
great.
the next Let's Play I was going to try it. I just I've been going back and forth. I try to cover a lot of stuff, and
Yeah.
I was waiting to link back up with Magical Berry so that we could continue our Let's Play, and we were going to check it out then.
I look forward to seeing it.
Dang it, I missed. Okay, one of you guys give it a try then.
Let's settle this once and for all, Buck. Who is the worst at this game?
Well, I'm playing mobile, so probably won't help me much.
Alright, so you have an advantage, I see.
Oh yeah.
You've been
There we
practicing.
go.
Yeah. Now here's a toughie question. Out of all your creations you've released so far, which one's your favorite? For all of you.
See, I think Angry Birds is the most technical, like the biggest technical achievement. It's definitely like, if you wanted to like draw up statistics and things and like be technical about it, I think it's the best content that we've ever created. I do have a soft spot for Steampunk Inventors, but it's just because I really enjoyed the script on that one.
Yeah.
You also
I mean, for me,
didn't you?
yeah, for me it would have to be Angry Birds because I've only joined Orville at the start of the project, so and I think it's been the best one I've worked so far.
Yeah, I only joined Orville like last year, and so I only got to work on the theme park and now Angry Birds. The theme park was pretty great in my opinion, but I think just from a technical standpoint, like Liam said, I think this one is better in that regard.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm just a sentimental idiot.
No, I mean, I would say this one is definitely your best, for sure. But I do have a soft part for theme park, too. I got a soft part for theme park. I got a soft part for steampunk as well. I do like the script. I like the little individual characters. Steampunk is definitely one of those ones where I was like, I really hope one day they do another version, like a sequel to this, because this was really, really good. So I mean, don't get me wrong, I feel like Angry Birds is definitely the most, when it comes to the advancements you guys made. This game is awesome. But when it comes to my favorite, I'd probably say it's between theme park and steampunk when it comes to the individual characters and story going on.
Man of taste. Yeah, but, you know, with every project we do, we're constantly trying to push the envelope.
Okay, well, let's finish up this puzzle and then I will let you guys go.
Right? My turn.
Yeah, don't worry, I just cleared everything for you guys.
You saved the biggest target for the worst shot. I appreciate you.
Right on. Alright then, guys. Well, before we leave, I just want to thank you guys one more time for coming onto the channel. I think I had a very fun time talking to you guys. I truly do love the game, and I will be continuing my Let's Play. Is there anything you guys like to say before we leave? Any recommendations for the audience, or anything like that? Any shout-outs?
Yeah, one thing would just be, we are always looking for new talented people to join the team. So, if you think you've got something to offer, get in touch. We'd love to have you.
Right on, right on. You guys wouldn't be looking for a tester, would you?
Maybe.
Because I'll gladly fill out an application.
We'll talk later.
No problem. No problem. Well, once again, I'd like to thank you guys for doing that. Why don't you guys say goodbye to the audience?
Thanks for listening.
Oh,
Yeah,
Good to be
having
on.
us fun.
and before I leave, make sure you guys, if you have not checked out the Angry Birds game yet, go ahead and do it. It's up on the marketplace right now, and I will definitely agree with them with saying this is one of the best performing games that are on the marketplace right now. So if you haven't checked it out yet, please go do and show these awesome people over at Orville Studios some love. All right, guys. Average Arcader out.